Like I need a Kardashian glow. Hi guys, we are live here on Facebook and on Instagram. Hello. I am going to give everyone just a few minutes to kind of, get settled. It's the lunch break. We are on, Wednesday. I feel like all these lives, I'm losing track of the day. So we'll just give everyone a minute to tune in. We'll make sure everything's working here on our end as far as technology goes. So welcome everyone. Just let us know when you've joined. Let us know if you can hear us okay. Just give us a little hello. Today we definitely want to have everyone introduce themselves in the comments on Facebook and on Instagram. So yes, we're doing both a little bit of dual screen here. We've been doing that all week, so we can have both Facebook and Instagram going at the same time. So yeah, it's nice. We'll just let everyone, I'm starting to see some people joining on Instagram. Facebook, we'll let that kind of pop up and have everyone join. Hey guys, welcome. We are just giving everyone a minute to kind of join here and get adjusted and seated. And I know on our end, I want to make sure technology is working. Okay, it looks like we're getting up and running. Cool. Well, let's kind of get started. We'll kind of get a slow start as people start joining as well. But I just wanted to say welcome to Serena. She is here today to talk about social media photography with me, and really kind of photography in general, though. As I was prepping for this, I think it's just a much broader topic that now you can use in social media so many different ways. So I just want to remind everyone who's joining to let me know any questions that you have. Let me know questions for Serena. We'll kind of, go through a few things here today on live and make sure that this is valuable for you guys. But we also want to make sure we answer any of your photography questions, or even like small business questions, women in business questions, all of that. And I also just wanted to encourage everyone. One great thing I've been hearing this week is it's cool to see the other businesses that kind of pop up and are sharing with everyone. So share what your business is if you have a business. Share kind of your story if you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're a student, or just kind of where you are in your life. And that also kind of helps us as we're walking through the agenda and schedule to let us know where you're at and how we can kind of meet you at your stage of life. So anyway, thank you for joining us. It's National Business Women's Week.
I know, this is the perfect week.
Yay! And so every day this week I've been joined live with an awesome woman business owner, and we've been talking about their area of expertise and just kind of sharing real talk and all of that good stuff this week to try and help support other fellow women business owners. And I mean, gosh, even business owners in general. There's been so much good information shared this week. So today I'm joined by Serena of Anaris Photography. I want to remind everyone to send your questions in to us as we talk throughout this, but let's kick it off now that we've got some people joining us here, which thank you guys for joining us today. Let's start off by getting a little bit of your history and background, and I know you haven't always been a photographer. Okay. So tell us that story. I kind of love it.
Okay, well, actually, by day, so I do have a full-time job still. I work at an environmental lab. So I actually have a biology and psychology degree. So I have a double major. I went to Charleston Southern University.
So crazy to me.
So I definitely have that science background. Photography, I've always loved cameras. When back in the day when Sony point and shoots were really big, I always had to have like the newest camera and was really into it, but never like really followed through with it. So then in 2009, I got my first DSLR. It was a Nikon D40. Nice. And I know she mentioned that her Nikon was old, but the D40 that was before they added the other two digits on.
Oh, see, I didn't even know there were those digits. Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
Cool. And that's how you could definitely if you talk to a photographer, they'd be like, well, what model or what type of camera you have. So
Yeah.
let's look at those numbers.
Yes, I put these out as props today. I thought I would kind of mix things up for us. And Serena was like, "Oh, is this your camera?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's really old and I have no idea how to work it."
But it's definitely definitely how Erin felt, how I felt. Like I got the camera and I was like, I'm gonna take good pictures with this. But I don't know if you ever look at the top of your camera dial and that auto that's green.
Yes.
I always stayed there. And you can only go but so far when you're in the auto. So then eventually I just started reaching out. YouTube really blew up, so I would like look at YouTube videos. I would also go and just like reach out to other photographers and ask about shadowing opportunities. And from there, like with anything, you just have to really research, study, and practice your craft to become better at it. So 2009, I got the camera. 2010, I started playing with it some more. 11, still like, okay, let me take it off of auto. And then
big
so
step.
I took it off auto, and then it started like this going. I actually signed up. This was when Groupon kind of really got started, and you could sign up for. I know, like I can't words. No one really talks and Living Social and Groupon were like the it thing. But they had a photography walk, and so I actually signed up for that photography walk, and we went through downtown Charleston, actually in one of Erin's favorite streets, Trade Street.
Oh, love it.
It's the most picturesque street, I think. Charleston is full of them, but he actually, taught us how to look for certain like window boxes and framing and how to compose your image. And then from there, I was like, oh, I can get those pictures that I see people selling in the market and shoot them myself. And from there, I was like, all I want to shoot is just like not people. And so then from there, I just started.
Which is so funny thinking about your imagery today. You're so talented at shooting people.
And
it's
so
funny to hear that.
And it's crazy. And so 2013, I had a coworker who got married. And she was like, I really love your work and what you're doing. And she's like, will you shoot my wedding? And I was like, shoot your wedding?
Yeah.
And so I didn't charge her much. Long story short, I realized it was a lot more work than you think it is. And so from there, I was like, you know what? I really didn't want to do that. But maybe if I develop my craft and figure out what I'm really doing, it'll get easier. So 2014, I did another wedding. Actually upgraded my camera and just started studying and took it serious. And then from there, 2015, I think I shot about 24 weddings.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, most of them by myself. I had an assistant towards like the end of the year. And then 2016, I actually got married last year. So I cut down on my weddings, but I just really started to find my niche and just develop and hone that, and learned about the business as far as making how you make clients feel. And then just I've always been into like flat lays and like I've always liked styling, but never really like dabbled into it for real. So when I actually like started like, oh man, this flat lay thing is like really real.
And we should probably pause there too, because I feel like flat lay is a term that we use in our industry, especially in social media and then of course in photography. So does everyone know what a flat lay is? Essentially those photos that you see that they look like they've been taken from above, and it's usually flat, for lack of a better word. And it just has like the camera laid really cute, and then like your cell phone, and then like your pen and your agenda, or just those really cute like flat from above photos. That's what's called a flat lay. So we're going to talk about those throughout today, because they're such a cute way to bring something different than just a straight out shot. And tell a story.
So they're perfect for that.
Cool.
So that's pretty much where brings you to now, a very condensed version. And and I know we'll talk about flat lays more, but that's a part of one of the classes that I actually teach at that's coming up a week from today. So there's a class, and we'll kind of talk about that more. Yeah,
we can, and at the end we'll do like a wrap up, and we'll just kind of give you guys like brain dump information on them. And I'll include it in the post on Facebook, because this one on Facebook will live forever on the wall as long as Facebook is around. Instagram will be available for 24 hours after this. So I will add all of the information here to the Facebook post that we talked about today. And I also hope to next week recap all of the lives with the blog post with all the information. But Serena kind of hit on this. So a reason why I thought she'd be perfect to bring her live today with you guys is because she kind of takes her photography and does a great job teaching it to people too. So she has the Flat Life class, and then we also have both spoke together at events and things like that. So she has a great curriculum for that. So I have questions for you today, but if I don't hit on something that you feel is very important, please just jump in. And I've mentioned this on other lives, but I keep like a whiteboard over here to the side of just an agenda and questions and things that I think would be great to cover. But everyone, please feel free to ask your questions in the comments, and we can answer those as we go along, and also hit them at the end if we're just too busy chatting about that. So where's a good place to start? How about we just kind of like throw it out there that social media, a lot of people are posting every single day, or at least 3 to 4 days a week. So getting enough content is a challenge for a lot of people. And that's why, you know, I have a lot of people come to me and just say like, oh my gosh, I scurry to get these photos, and then I throw them up, and then like a week later I'll decide that they don't fit kind of where I'm at, and I'll take them down. But I can't afford professional photography all the time. So how about we kind of start on the end of what can you do every day as far as like equipment and resources, and just how to get a little bit more, it kind of stinks at this now term, but consistent, and then Instagram worthy photos.
Yes.
Which I kind of hate that, but
I know, but Instagram,
it's true, though.
Instagram just came in and took over, and Instagram is perfect for visual content because it's that one, like all social media, especially with Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all are very visually oriented. Yeah. Like you see a pretty picture, click on it, and you want to find out more. So for me, with getting that perfect Instagram, you can start with something that we all have. Yeah. Your handy dandy cell phone.
Yeah, and we heard this yesterday on videography too. Like, guys, this is a powerful little tool.
It is, and we all have them. Most of us, if not, you have 10-year-old, 5-year-old kids with these.
Oh my gosh.
Like they're musically. I have a friend whose daughter is obsessed with them, and like a lot of these middle school age kids are doing like these musics and talking.
You guys see Musically? It's like you lip sync, and it'll do like cool like filters and like back it up and move it forward and like do all these funny things. So
so it's definitely with the phone. It can change your life as long as you know how to use it. And I actually taught or spoke at a workshop, the Flourish Blog Workshop, a few weeks ago. And the number one tip that I give everyone when it comes to shooting your own like business visuals or Instagram worthy photos is to clean your lens. Oh, that is the number one. How many times have you like grab your phone, or how many of you have kids and
2-year-old sticky peanut butter fingers?
Yes, and they don't care that this is a camera lens or anything like that. So that's the number one thing, like the overall tip that I give anyone when you're starting to shoot. Always clean your lens first.
I love that.
Clean that that back lens, and also the front lens if you're doing selfies or anything. Because trust me, we can tell when a camera or a lens is not clean. You can see the oils. You can definitely see the oils, especially taking a picture at night. It'll look kind of like
okay.
And it's the oils that are reflecting off the light. So that's
can you just like clean it with like your sweater, some cotton, or do you suggest like Jennifer on Facebook? This is great, you guys, and comments are starting to come in. Oh, hi, Nikki.
Yes.
She says take a Q-tip and get in there. So what do you suggest for
a Q-tip is perfect, and also like if you have a soft like cotton t-shirt, that is nice. Something like what I have on today, like a jean shirt. This is very. It may look soft, but it's not very like soft material. You will actually stretch the lens of your phone. So But like a Q-tip is perfect. A lot of times, there's like eyeglass, a little eyeglass cleaner cloths.
Yeah,
A lot of times,
my
if you go,
sunglasses have that in the case.
you can use it
Just
to
use
wipe.
that. Okay.
And if you look at just the cover of your phone, the smudges, makeup, hair products, all that stuff attracts to the glass of your phone. So that's like a #1 tip. Make sure that you're shooting with something that is clean.
Yeah.
The next tip, find the light. Go to the light. And that's what photography is all about. Photography is all about how to manipulate light. Some people may want a dark, moody vibe. I'm more of a bright, clean, crisp vibe.
Yeah.
But whatever it is how you play with the light. So right now, this is like perfect flat lay shooting light that we have.
Yeah, we have windows over
yes.
here, which the cameras are backwards, but they're to our right.
Yeah.
And then I've got I call it my Kim Kardashian light.
Yes.
I've got my big ring light. If you watch my stories, if you watch my stories, I showed you guys my ring light. It's actually, this is kind of funny, it's called the Diva ring light.
Oh, yeah. I see.
That's the brand, yeah.
I love that. So, and that's definitely, because, you know, I work during the day, so most of my flat lay shooting or branding shots are done like on the weekends. But let's say if you don't have the flexibility on the weekends and you do need to know maybe the sun is going down, time is about to change. It's gonna start getting dark at 5 o'clock. So the Diva light, those ring lights will come in handy. But if you can, natural light, it's just nothing like it. Yeah. It's just natural light is king when it comes to shooting those beautiful flat lays.
Do you have a time of day that you usually recommend for the best natural light? Because I know like middle of the day it's usually really harsh. Yeah.
It depends on your home. Some people may have an east, west, south. It depends on how the lighting is. If you're shooting in your home or wherever you're shooting, it's best to kind of pay attention to where the light is coming in at what time of day. So for example, in my house, I noticed that in the morning that my best light is on the front side of my house, and in the evening it's on the back side. So it's just that nice even lighting. I have blinds, so it's not those lines you see coming through. But some people like the mood that may give, the vibe that it may give. Photography is art. Art is one of those things where you like it or you don't. So you can definitely just whatever time of day, just observe where you are, because that'll determine the time of day. Because there's plenty of times where I've shot in the morning around 10 on the weekends, and then there's sometimes I love shooting like around 4 or 5. Time is about to change, so that will move up to like 3, or so on and so forth. But just kind of be more aware of your environment where you are. Okay,
that's funny, Nikki. I think we both thought of that question at the same time. She's on Facebook, you guys who are on Instagram. We've got questions coming through on Facebook. So yeah, feel free to send through your questions on both. And this is kind of funny. So I've got the Facebook, my computer a little closer. So my eyesight, I'm gonna have to like lean in to see playing on Instagram. My old phone had a piece of dust inside the lens. Oh no, that stinks. And you had to be creative to hide it in the pictures. Such a nightmare. Oh, that
my
stinks.
God. Were you able to get it out?
I hope so.
That's Jenny?
Jenny, yeah. Oh gosh, that stinks.
Wow.
I have an iPhone and sometimes the pic is fuzzy and pixel-like. It's weird. It's weird. Is that a phone thing or a light issue?
What kind of phone do you have, Jennifer?
Yeah, so she's asking, she's saying it's like when she takes a picture with her iPhone, it shows up fuzzy or pixel-like. So why is that happening?
Is it an older like iPhone, a newer? Because sometimes older, I don't know if you look at the newer iPhones, the pixels have definitely increased. So sometimes if you have an older iPhone, it may look a little more pixelated. She's older. Okay. Yeah, it's just in general that technology has changed so much, and that's nothing we really have control over. Yeah. And that's probably why the only thing that I can say, you know, when you are ready to upgrade, you'll definitely notice that it's a little bit clear. But definitely try like cleaning off that lens. And if you can shoot during the day, try shooting during the day. I always tell people, your natural lighting in your house is always yellow. I can tell when someone that is shooting either in their kitchen or their bedroom with their lamp on, because over the cast is always yellow. So I will always, if you can, natural light is best. Because in your house, and you don't pay any attention, but even like our ring light is white, it's white light. So we don't have a yellow cast on us.
Which is nice. Okay, so we've talked about iPhone is great if you can't do professional photography all the time. Wipe your lens, use natural light. What about as far as like resources? Like, let's talk about that flat lay and some of those photos. Like, if someone has a product or something like that and they're trying to shoot it at home and kind of create a home studio. It looks like we're, are we back on? Okay. Hi, people on Facebook. We keep like pausing and reconnecting. Hopefully we won't have that issue again. But if you lose us and want to hear something, just let us know if we skipped over it. But I was just asking Serena, kind of, if you wanted to set up a home studio or shoot products in your home or do flat lays, we've got our iPhone, clean lens. What about other resources and equipment?
You can easily go to the dollar store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any local craft store. Yourself some of the plain white foam boards. Not just the plain white. If you want to pop some color in there, they also have the foam boards that have a white and a color side. So you just flip it over, do purpose. If you can get yourself a nice piece of foam board, that's pretty much all you need to really get started. Get 2 pieces. One can be used to bounce or reflect light back onto the board to reduce shadows. You get a nice clean look that flat lays have. Also, what I have purchased that I love, I have a styling cart. So IKEA, and I can actually share some links, but IKEA has an awesome styling cart. I think it's like $29, $30 bucks. But I keep all the items that I use when I do my flat lays all in one spot. And I just roll, it has wheels, so I keep it downstairs. I roll that cart in front of my window, place a white foam board on top, prop my other foam board up against my chair, and that's a mobile site. A lot of people think, oh, she's a professional photographer. It doesn't take all this. Equipment is amazing and wonderful, but just I'm a big advocate for keeping it simple.
Yeah,
and that's something that you can definitely do. Just roll that cart near the window, put that white board down on top of the cart, prop the other one up. When it comes to props, for those who are business owners, you have your brands, you have your are different like creative fields. Get items that you use every day. You don't have to go out and buy things to get it to work. You can just pick items. Let's say if you're like bake, you can just go to your kitchen and get like the measuring spoons, or maybe there's a new recipe you want to try. Open up a recipe book. You can just lay simple items. If all else fails, go to Target in the $1 bin. There's cute notebooks. Actually, I have one right here. This is just $3. You know, you can easily lay this down, place some pins, or place this camera, some PV shots.
I think I'm used to this camera.
I love those cameras.
And you can get this at Nordstrom Rack.
Yes.
They have them like on sale at Nordstrom Rack.
They are perfect, but you don't have to go out and spend an arm and a leg to create awesome images. Use what you have. I'm sure you have a pen in your home, but I definitely have to be careful about this because TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, they stopped by there later on today.
I know,
I know. So I was like, I don't have one near where I live, so I was like, oh, Home Goods. Home Goods is perfect for getting props for your flat lays
and seasonal ones too.
Yes.
Yeah, they have all the seasonal cute things for Halloween and Christmas and all of that.
And it's stuff that you can still use in your home. I'll repeat. Oh, we're back up with Facebook.
I know. Facebook keeps pausing. Sorry, guys. I think it might just be some Wi-Fi. issues.
And Jennifer is right too. You know, you can go to your yard sales, pick up old doors, shutters, etc., and paint for their rustic flat.
I like
and
that.
I definitely have done that before. I actually have an old tabletop that I painted like a rustic chalk white paint to shoot flat lays on, and I also have another like palette top that I'm going to be doing some do-it-yourself, kind of like a plaster feel. That I kind of give like a more do-it-yourself vibe. Yeah, but you can just have so much fun when it comes to creating. It all depends on if you are creative. Go with your brand. Create these things. You can go and buy the sheetrock.
Yeah,
I see people buy like a nice piece of that and mix plaster with the acrylic paint, and it gives a nice, pretty, whatever color you want. And it gives like that nice stucco wall vibe. Yeah. So it's really a good idea.
And I think flowers too, right?
Flowers are amazing. I love fresh flowers. Fake flowers are fine, but for me, fresh, real flowers, you can go buy them for like $4.88 from Walmart. Yeah. Or go to Whole Foods, or go to the Trader Joe's. Yeah. Even Walgreens, I've seen they have like fresh flowers. And then once you're done, then you have beautiful flowers for you. Yeah.
I always say flowers, puppies, and babies do awesome on social media. Okay, so we've talked about equipment and resources and things like that. Nikki asked this question farther up on Facebook, and I'm looking, we're good on Instagram. So what about apps and editing and that kind of thing?
As far as apps, actually, when I shoot pictures or capture photos on my phone, I actually do most of my editing within Instagram. Okay. But I will actually kind of open my phone up. If you have Snapseed, and I'll actually kind of zoom in. I actually hold my phone up too right here. These are some of the apps that I use. So
we have dual screen going here. So
right here. I have Snapseed is one that I love to use.
Will you take a screenshot of that, and I'll put it in the blog post or upload it to the
I just screenshot it.
Thank you.
Snapseed is a really good one. Camera Plus is another awesome one. Also, a Color Story. Color Story is really good. What I like about Snapseed and Color Story is that you can actually save your actual presets. So let's say that there is something that you always do, then just save that and then apply it to all of your images. Because with photography for social media, you want to have a consistent look so that your brand will actually resonate with clients. I have some people that look at images. I tend to not watermark my images. I'll like, and I said, no, someone, granted, if people want to steal, they'll steal. Yeah. But I have so many people says, I knew that was your picture. And I didn't even see your name. Yeah. So once you develop a style, trust me, people pay attention, they will know.
Yeah. And I actually want to jump back to something you said just then. So as far as, I get this question all the time. Do I have to use the repost app? Can I steal someone's photo? Can I do, how do I reuse imagery on social media? And I want your opinion on that as a photographer. And I can tell you what Instagram terms and conditions say, which is that you should always ask permission before using somebody's image.
And give photo credit.
Yes, so that's what I was going to say. I think you can get away with, if you don't get that immediate permit, which is easy to shoot someone a DM and be like, hey, can I use this tomorrow or next week to promote this? And most of the time they say yes. And if not, then move on and just use something else.
And a lot of people kind of take it very, like, they don't take it as serious. But I know people who have gotten sued. They've used people's images, and some people are very serious, and they're very, very serious, and they have a lawyer, and you will get served, and you will have to pay money or go to court. I know several people who have actually served people who have stolen their images offline. So it's a very serious offense, because normally all images, whoever takes the photos, they are actually the owner of the actual copyright. So even if you're taking pictures with your cell phone and it like goes viral, you still own the copyright to that photo. If someone tried to steal that photo and say that it's theirs, you can easily go through that procedure and the process and take them to court to fight it. But most professional photographers, I don't give copyrights. You can purchase it, but normally most photographers give you a print release, which allows you to print and do it, use on like social media or anything like that. But it's always get photo credit, or if you don't want to use the repost app, like Erin said, just DM and like, hey, I really love this image. Can you send me a high quality photo? Because another pet peeve, I think for me and other photographers, is when someone screenshots it and then resizes it and it looks pixelated.
Yeah.
And
then they tag you and
like, where's my photo? Or another thing, adding filters. Oh yeah. You know, those filters, you know, and people seem to really love those like yellow, like orange yellow filters. You know, don't
highly saturated.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at that point, a lot of plenty of like professional photographer contracts. It has where you cannot do any kind of you can't alter any of the photos, and you can again, you'll be sent a letter or a nice email or probably just a letter requesting that you remove the photo, only use what you were originally given. But again, that's just a whole nother ball
yeah, we
game.
can talk for a while about that. So
yes.
We're going to jump back to equipment right quick because Julia asked, have you ever used an iPhone lens kit? If so, did it make a difference?
I have seen the kits and I think they're really cool. Unfortunately, I have not used them yet. But I have seen like the fisheye one and like the zoom, and I'm really curious on like how it works. Unfortunately, I haven't tried. I've seen like the Amazon pics where how someone actually taking the shot and it looks really cool. So you know what, maybe I'm gonna have to give that a try so that I can maybe I do a blog on that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I haven't.
Okay. All right. So we've got some of your apps: Snapseed, Color Story. What about, so this is a question from me, photo storage and sharing and all of that. So how do you do that? Because I feel like
run out of space.
Yeah, run out of space, and then I'll like take a bunch of photos myself of flat lays or something, or work with a photographer, and I'll use like one or two, and then totally forget about the other like 20 pictures and that I should be using.
Because that's usable content,
right?
That you can definitely share. I have a software that I send my galleries to my clients that they can download directly from. But for my content, if you have Google Drive or any like cloud, to me that's the best place to store your images. Especially if you're creative, you can download the Google Drive app. Once you upload it for clients, now you can just drag and drop images into Google Drive for you to utilize when you're sharing content on and so forth. So for me, Google Drive is amazing, and I have in my Google Drive folder, I have everything like separated out. So I have where a drive for
real time. She's got it on her phone.
Yeah.
She's like pulling it up. Oh my
so
gosh,
I actually have like styled shoots and my Tuesday Together images. Then images going back to 2014, some images from 2017, 2016, 2015.
Oh, that's genius.
And then in there, I have my brands and creatives that I work with, birthday sessions, wedding albums.
Awesome.
I just kind of break it all down. So most of the time I go into my brands and creative folder. So maybe after our live is done, I'll probably share an image of Erin on her phone today. So when we're done, so just make it easy. So because normally with Google Drive, you can get to your images anywhere. And not only Google Drive is awesome for that, but you can send documents and files and all of that. So Google Drive is amazing. So
that's great. Okay, what about as far as like working with a professional photographer, whether it's you or somebody else? How do people optimize their time with a photographer? Because I know that when I talk to clients, they're like, I just don't know that I want to hire a professional photographer and get like 3 images out of this. And I'm like, no. If you have an hour, we can plan and do all of this stuff. So what are your suggestions for like planning in advance and working with a professional photographer?
First thing first, I always suggest to clients when they reach out to me, I send them a very detailed questionnaire about their brand or their business. Yeah. And I always ask, are you currently working with someone that is guiding you along this process? Because as creatives, your head is all over the place. You want to do this. And
even as business owners, your head is in like 50 different buckets all at the same time.
It's like 20 million tabs are open.
Yeah.
And eventually something's going to stop.
Yes, I always have the tabs.
So what I definitely suggest doing, and I have a lot of people that say, it took me forever to fill your questionnaire out because that's stuff that I need to know. And it makes you sit down, and a lot of people say, wow, that really made me sit down and think about my brand. You need to know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
What demographics are you trying to reach? Are you trying to reach stay-at-home moms? Are you trying to reach young professionals just graduated from college? Are you trying to reach young professionals that are in that 28 to 35 range? You need to learn who you're actually trying to reach. Then from there we'll determine your brand. Now you figure out who you're trying to reach. What do you got to say? Then what kind of, how do you want your potential clients to feel? That will determine so much.
I love that question. How do you want your potential clients to feel?
Yeah, and that's essential. It goes from, do you want moody images? Do you want bright and happy and color, muted images, or do you want pop of colors? Yeah. That is what that planning phase is for. Get a professional that can sit down and help you break that down. I work with a current another company. She Hustles Creative, and we actually have a particular package where we will help a brand create their mood/style board, their logo, and then the last portion is, of course, headshots. And it's something that's really simple, and we're just testing it out to see how it's working, how people are receiving it. So far, it's overall good because it was like, I don't have a lot of money. You don't have most of the time, the average person doesn't have $1 million laying around where they can be like, okay, I'm going to invest $5,000 or $8,500, $10,000 in my website and my brand and my logo and this and that.
And it usually happens in stages too, because of that. You can't just do it all at once.
So once you, in order to fully maximize, and this actually flows with what we talked about in our Tuesday Together meeting last night, is about the business planning. And you need to figure out, like I said, who you're trying to reach, how you want to, like, your voice with them, how you want them to feel. And then from there, you can determine how you want your images to look. Because with Erin, when I see Erin, and I told her, whenever I see those palms are pink, she's the first person that comes to mind. Bright, happy, cheery. When we did your session through Charleston, it's always so happy. She did balloons,
which I can't wait to share.
But that's her brand. That's her style. And so people who love that will resonate with Erin. She's a mom, so not only that, she's a wife. So she shows
a lot of hats.
It's a lot, and she's reaching those moms. She's reaching those wives that are trying to figure it out. Those wives who may have husbands.
Always trying.
Yes. So, and once you figure it out, and we do a session together, the session can flow easier because now you know what you're trying to do, who you're trying to reach, and normally in 30 minutes to an hour, your session can be done. And most of my clients with my sessions get about 20 or so images. And then if you want more, you always have a gallery where you can go and purchase more later on. So you will not leave with just 3 usable images. Also adding into that, to get the most out of your professional branding session, make sure you get professional makeup. Make sure you get your hair done.
I'm posting about that earlier. I was like, what is this going on? I'm like, of course, 1 out of 5 days, I'm gonna have a hair done.
it's stuff like that can transform who you are, your brand. And like I said, once like Erin shares her blog about, her Charleston guide.
Can't wait.
You can see, she went and got her hair done. She went and got her makeup done. She had her nails, had a manicure.
It melted. My hair makeup melted in the Charleston heat. But
I know
for the first few photos, it looked awesome.
She's beautiful all of the photos. So.
Oh gosh.
But it's a collective process. And I always tell people, I can't capture what you don't have for me to capture. So that's how you get the most out of your actual branding session itself.
Yeah. And I think I actually pulled stats to talk about why photography is so important. Forgot to share those earlier. But I think something you said about how do you want to make people feel in your images and all of that. One stat that I saw is that when people just hear information, they only remember 10% of the information when you ask them about it 3 days later. If they hear the information and it's paired with an image together, they retain 65% of the information 3 days later. So by just using a photo with all of your posts on social media and making sure that, like you were saying, it's with your brand and it makes your audience feel what they want to feel, you can go from people remembering 10% of the information to 65% of the information 3 days later. I mean, that is, I think, so powerful.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind, that, your images have that power to be able to make your audience remember 65% more about what you're trying to tell them.
And that's so true, because I have people that, there's a lot of like networking events for like creatives around here in Charleston.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, oh, you did the shoot with Liz for Galentine's. Oh, that was the shoot with the bus and the balloons.
Yeah.
That was like in January. And so still, people are they still visually see that image and it's ingrained. Yeah. So images are powerful in this world where social media is king right now. And just even before then, like even when you look back at like old posters from like World War II and World War I, that was an image that got people to fight, or it got women to go work, imagery is so valuable. It just helps with emotion. It's like music, and to me, photography and music are the two things that no words are even needed.
Yeah.
You can look at a picture, or a perfect example, when you get married and your anniversary is coming up and you're like, oh, or if your spouse getting your nerves, like, he's really getting my nerves today. And you look at a picture and you're like, oh, it's not that bad.
So awesome. So just right now, I'm not
pictures are just very, if you want to evoke emotion, imagery is essential for that.
And I think so. Another stat I had pulled too is that Facebook posts, since we're on Facebook right now and also on Instagram, but Facebook posts see 2.3 more engagement if you have an image. So a lot of times I'll see where clients will just kind of update a status, or they'll share something, or they'll just like give some thoughts, or even like looking for Clemson football tickets, which, oh my gosh, I can't get my hands on. If anybody has Florida State tickets, please send them my way.
But she did the call.
I know. I did. Even if you just have a status, that's going to be here, and then if you add a photo, you're 2.3 times more likely to get engagement on that. And we all know that getting organic engagement is so hard on social media these days. So
it really is.
Include an image. Whatever you do, include an image. I mean, I'm not saying just like throw up whatever, but yeah, I think that's pretty powerful, both of those stats.
Yeah, and then make sure that when you include an image, if you're a business or brand, make sure that that image resonates with the desired demographics that you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
Because someone can easily look and, oh, I'm gonna keep strolling. I'm gonna keep strolling. But if you can, just always tell people, when it comes to pictures, you're either gonna invest in awesome images, or just, say, I'll figure it out. And then not have a consistent Instagram worthy feed.
Yeah.
And then people be like, you keep scrolling. Because it does affect things. So.
And we always talk about in social media, a term we can use is thumb stopping content. So what literally makes someone's thumb stop on your content on social media. And I think that's imagery is the answer to that. So it's so important. So I'm going to do a last call for any questions that you guys have. So on Facebook, if you've had a question, if we haven't covered something, if you want to hear more about something, send in a question. Same on Instagram. I'm seeing some people joining a little bit later. So we're here with Serena, the Nearest Photography, talking about social media photography. So if you have any questions, send those in. And I'm even seeing some people joining now. So we're here in the home stretch. So send in your questions if you have them about photography. But what I kind of want to close with is if people are just getting started and they're upping their photography game, if you will, what are some good resources, inspiration, places to go? I know you have a class that we can talk about, but what are some, if they're not in Charleston or want to go learn more right now, where can they go? What inspires you? I don't know if you have any go-to brands that you feel like are doing well, or influencers, or any blogs that you read, or podcasts. Podcasts were a big one we talked about with Liz. So
as far as inspiration is concerned, and this just isn't just photography kind of related. Well, when it comes to photography, I learned so much from YouTube when I was first starting out and didn't have much income. I really hadn't told anyone that was really interested in it. But I would say YouTube has a lot of information. That is free. Now, in order to when you really get serious, then yes, you do need to invest, because it's nothing like some good hands-on training. Perfect example with my class. There's 20 gazillion things on how to create your own flat lays. If you go to Pinterest, it gives you all these tips and all these things you can do, what you can get. If you go on YouTube, there's people showing you there. I am a hands-on type of person. That's how I learn. So everyone that came to my first class, photo styling / flat lay class, they said, I've been trying this and it wasn't working. And there are some awesome brands that came, and their flat lay game has definitely gone up times 100. And I have to shout out a few. I know Tanya Hearn with Tanya Hearn Photography. Also, Island House Papery.
Island House Papery.
She came in my class, and she is knocking her flat lay game.
We'll have to tag these people in the comments. So that you guys can go see them.
And she came to the class, and every time I log on, she posts in the morning. I see sometimes in the evening. And she came to the class, and she was like, wow, I really didn't even think, especially when, and I actually gave you guys a tip that I give in my class, cleaning that lens. Everyone at that moment, they were like the aha moment just went off. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Lauren. Lauren also came to my class, and Lauren's flat lays are amazing too. Thank you so much for joining in, Lauren. She does the pressed flowers. You definitely have to check her out.
Lauren shared with us yesterday. We were talking about how sometimes you don't realize that what you do really well and are passionate about, people want and have a need for. So she shared how she pressed her wedding flowers, and now she's been doing that. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that is. and I feel that when you step out of the box and you invest in your business, you take it to a different level.
Yeah, that's true.
As far as podcasts, for me, I'm just gonna jump. I listen to Jenna Kutcher, the
Love
Gold
her
Digger podcast.
Jenna Kutcher and her blog. And
Just very real,
just go
very
follow
candid.
her if you want to
Yes.
see a good marketing strategy in action.
She does an
Go
amazing
follow her,
job.
especially with emails.
Yes.
Go follow her just to
Yes.
see what she's doing.
She is amazing. I also I have a plethora of podcasts, so I may even share a link.
Yeah.
Also, I'll probably share in the comments. I have a newsletter, so if you want to stay up to date on like my favorite, I actually have a little freebie that's going out. I love
Ooh.
Fridays.
Yay,
So
Fridays,
if
yay,
you
Fridays.
sign up for my newsletter, there's going to be a little freebie coming out that pertains to flat lays and business and brand individuals.
Yeah.
And Tanya's like, there's only one area that I use in my house of flat lays. And once you find that sweet spot, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can make it a little bit better, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I will be, hey Alicia, how you doing?
It's so fun to see everybody joining. So feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. And we do get cut off on Instagram at an hour exactly. So I think we have like 9 minutes left on that. So in these last 9 minutes, if any questions you have, just send them through. But also, I just wanted to make sure, can y'all share the podcast list after this? Yes,
Sure.
we can share a podcast list. And then also, Charleston Weekender, Liz, who spoke with us on Monday, she just did a blog post on podcasts. So I added it in the Facebook event that's for this whole week for this group on the Pink Me homepage, or just type in charlestonweekender.com and go to her blog. So she's got some great podcasts listed there.
And Lauren, that calendar for my follow-up class, and let me tell you something. If you have not signed up for my flat lay class, there's 4 classes left. My first class, I give them a little surprise. Time, I don't know if you're creative, time gets away from you really fast and gets super busy. And for me, kind of just balancing a full-time job, that side hustle, and then having a husband.
Yeah,
it
was
can be
balancing a lot. I feel like
show up hands.
National Business Women's Week, and every single person that's joined can raise their hand to I'm balancing a lot.
Yes, and it's a lot. So Lauren, that calendar will be coming out because everyone who attended my very first class got a very awesome gift. So if you want to take advantage of the next class, let me tell you, I love swag and I love usable swag.
Yes.
So definitely, there's only 4 seats left for my my flat lay photo styling class. It's next Wednesday, a week from today, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Cannonboro Collective. So if you want more in-depth information, because today we just kind of grazed the surface due to time. But if you can, hey Ivory, how you doing? I don't know what the emojis are for. But if you can definitely join in, we'll go a little bit more in depth.
Awesome.
So definitely I would love to see some new faces.
And we'll share all that information so that they can sign up for the class. And I want to share just how to sign up for your newsletter because I do love what you've sent so far. So I think that's great. How did people find you and connect with you just verbally? Let's give them that information. I'll add it as well.
You can find me on Instagram at the @ Aneris Photos. So that's ANERIS. Or take Serena, flip it. Aneris is Serena, but backwards. So
I never put that
together. It is Serena backwards. Yeah. So now you can, if you ever like, how to spell Aneris, just write my first name and then just flip it.
Oh my goodness.
So it's ANERIS Photos with an S. And on Facebook, you can just type in Aneris Photography, and you can find me there. I'm on Pinterest. I'll share a link, but I think if you type in Aneris Photography, wedding photography, it'll come up. Because I actually had to make a new page because with Pinterest, I had my personal page. I was like, what was I pinning? I reset that up. But hey, Lonnie, you laughing?
Laughing at me, not realizing.
Are you laughing at Aaron? Come on. So just in case, one thing that you can leave with, is that Anaris is Serena backwards.
I love that.
So,
wipe the lens on your camera, and Anaris is Serena backwards. Takeaways from today. Okay, well, that is awesome, you guys. Laughing at me, yes. Cool. That is all for today, guys. I don't want to get cut off on Instagram up there. So we'll share a lot more from this, so you have all these takeaways, and you can click to people's profiles and podcasts and newsletters and all the fun stuff we talked about today. But happy National Business Women's Week. Go us. Go. And we are back tomorrow at noon. We have two of our favorite bloggers here. We have Ashley from Sweet Southern Prep and Casey from Hanging with the Hewitts. And we are going to be talking about influencer marketing, so how bloggers and brands can work together. And then on Friday, we'll be on a special location at Milk Bar. And we're talking to the owner, Katie. She's amazing. She built a wonderful Instagram following and just Instagram feed from the ground up when she started Milk Bar, and so we're going to talk to her about that.
I see one more. Hey, Latasha.
I love this. Everybody say hello. It's great.
And you'll still be able to watch just the Facebook one is up forever.
Yes, so they'll always be here. I'm sure you can share it to your page as well, so people can get it there. I am tagging all of these lives in the blog post after everyone goes up. So if you go to the Pink Napalm blog, you can watch soon this one from today, and then the one from Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having on.
All right, we're gonna do the awkward thing where I get really close to the camera so I can click finish. All right, thank you guys so much for joining.